No, first of all, and I've said it all week, how much we appreciate Coach and Tom Church and Kevin Miller and the whole staff allowing us to do this. If we all believe it's the best basketball venue in this country, that would transfer to making it the best in the whole world. And, what an honor. And in the play, and some people were sharing Coach's comments with me. You have no idea how much that means to me, just because of how much he has contributed to my life personally as well as professionally. Now, as far as the game, I'm a little bit perplexed when we only get 5 offensive rebounds on the entire game, but then we're getting beat in transition. It's not like we're selling out, going hard to the board, and thus getting naked, leaving the backboard naked at the other end. And I don't understand that. But I know my team, and we practice at such an upbeat tempo at a fever pitch. And I don't know if it's the level of competition, the stage we're thrust upon, but it just doesn't seem we're transferring that into competition. And I know his squad's shorthanded without Mike and Peyton, et cetera, and they're going to be really, really good. We're a tough matchup for a team like this because Gorgie, Zach Bryce didn't play, and Gorgie has an unbelievable tough out there chasing us around. But we made strides in certain areas, but I think our players understand in that locker room that they're sure not in full stride right now.
How much can you learn from a test like this?
Oh, you're going to learn. You're playing the 6th-ranked team in the country, coached by a Hall of Fame coach in front of the greatest fans in the world, and we will. We show glimpses of it. We pride ourselves on 3 defensive stops in a row each half. We only got that once tonight. We pride ourselves on 3 scores in a row 3 times each half, and we never got that. And we're just not a real fluid, consistent team right now. Now, at times we practice like that. A lot of that's due to the competition. We just played number 6 and number 8 in the country. And I'm saying this not tongue-in-cheek. A lot was made about Peyton, and a lot was made about Stephen being out and Mike Mara being out, but I don't think they exactly recruited any of our guys. I asked last night, nobody could say they did. So, we're up against it. They're talented players. Kyle Curry is a great college basketball player. And as much attention as we gave him defensively, that's what opponents are going to do. So I hope it helped them. I know how much it helped us.
What was your mindset going into it? Was it, we're here to win this game?
Absolutely. He would be ashamed of me if it was not. And believe me, I don't like it when he's ashamed of me. That man's important to my life personally, professionally. And the job he does and the things he's taught me and that I learned from Coach Crum prior to him. I've said that word so many times how lucky I am in the game of coaching.
How'd you like the gift?
Let's give him credit. Now wait a minute. You'd think maybe it was time. How did he know that? Now, we brag, and everybody who's ever coached with him takes great pride in attention to detail and preparation. So how did he know that I had did he scout my shoes? And he knew there was a hole in the left one? And how did he know the size? But I told him, away from the cameras, I said, you're unbelievable. I said, you're looking at a guy whose emotions he could cry at a grocery store closing, and you give this in front of all these people. Now I got to go in the huddle and coach my team. I think he was just looking for an edge. But no, it's wonderful. We have a saying in our locker room that you never ever delay gratitude. So, to the Louisville people and the reception that our young men received, as well as the university and the staff, and many of them are in here. One of the highlights of my day, I walked in tonight and a guy goes, "Welcome home." That's pretty neat.
He said you better wear them.
No, I'm going to put them in a trophy case. I'm not wearing them. He told me I could never wear. He was kidding me before the game when he was paying me. And then I'm going to put them in a trophy case. I could bronze them like, what was the little girl in The Wizard of Oz? Dorothy! Maybe if I click them together, magic things will happen.
You had a different starting lineup tonight. You brought out more of the Louisville kids. What were you trying to do?
Well, let me explain that. What we do in these 3 exhibition games, I will start 9 people. I'll start Ryan Burton and Jelani Johnson on Saturday. The thinking behind that, and I told Coach that. I didn't want those assistant coaches. See, I know their life. So I had told Richard previously what we were going to do. We play Thursday, Saturday conference games due to travel partners. And we always are fearful, because we learned the hard way. Guy gets a jammed thumb, turn ankle on a Thursday, can't go on a Saturday. You now insert a guy to the lineup, and he's overcome by the magnitude. Oh, I haven't started. Why not let them experience it? They know what they're going through. They know the preparation side of it. And to take the kind of guys we coach, I explained that to Braden and Luke, and they go, Coach, it's the least of our worries. We don't worry about that. Now, we'll just cheer for those guys. We'll go in and play. Like I said, we'll start, and this was all predetermined back in like August. I mean, so this was planned. Yeah, there's no punishment or anything like that, no.
You were able to fight back. Jeremy Kendall, he had one stretch, I think it was like 12 or 13 points. Talk about his performance and what kind of a player he is that you got able to get back this year.
Just one word. This year and next year.
Yeah.
He is unbelievably courageous young man. And you saw him cramping at the end. Jeremy Kendall is courageous. Go ahead.
You've seen champions at several levels. What do you believe makes a champion?
I think at the end of the night, I think it's the sum of those parts. I know Coach used that all last year, but what we used is that none of us in our locker room would ever be as good as all of us. And that's how we have to play. We're going to get beat off the dribble. So I've got to cover up for you, because then you're going to get beaten. I'm going to cover up for you. Now, and that's where we're just not real fluid in our passing yet. And that's, you know, we can't press people if you look at the makeup of our team. But we can press you offensively by moving the ball rapidly, thus moving the defense. Now, if we get you a little bit out of kilter, then we can go by people, and then we space and we pass. And, you know, like I said, I learn from the best.
Do you talk about repeat, or do you try to get it out of their head?
No, all we're talking about is a race. And it's a step at a time race. And that race is in segments. We're currently in this preseason and exhibition schedule. The next step of that race will be the regular season non-conference schedule, followed by our conference schedule, and then our postseason tournament, etc. But we're not looking at the finish line. We're just worried about the race right now. And they know. See, they're unbelievably smart, savvy basketball kids. And they know they didn't play well enough. Now they're learning, but they know they're really not playing well.
Your next opponent probably going to be very ready for you after last year.
Well, we've already got a break. My son was leaving practice there tonight, and he was racing down. He's a graduate assistant there, Doug, and got stuck on the bridge. There was an accident and crossing over into Kentucky, and he didn't make it. So we got a big up there because he was circumventing the NCAA rule where you can't live scout, but he was coming being my son. No, they're going to be ready. Look, they hadn't lost a home game in 3 years. And Doug did tell me they have rolling video in their locker room, and part of that video is our post-game little deal last year. So we know that. But again, there's going to be 10,250 people there. We recruit that area. What better way to prepare us than go play at a high-level competition? Let's say Bellarmine's playing Saginaw Valley November the 12th, and we have nothing between the 3rd and the 12th. Do you think, I don't care how well I can motivate, how well I can plan a practice, that I could get more out of it than I could Saturday going to the Centos Center? The answer is no. So it's an opportunity. Now, I told the players when we left Duke, it was opportunity week. You played at Duke, playing in the KFC Yum against a Hall of Fame coach, great fans. Now we're going to Xavier. Opportunity week. Now for coaches, that translated as hell week. And I don't think our players worried too much about us, but they're just, you know, they'll be in class tomorrow. We'll practice tomorrow, film tomorrow night, walk through Saturday, get on the bus and go.
I've heard from a lot of different fans that they would love for this to be a yearly thing. Is there any plan?
I vote yes. Yeah, I tell you why. Because our philosophy is that basketball should be a commercial for your life. Use basketball. Don't ever walk around and let somebody accuse you, or you accuse somebody of saying, oh, basketball used me. No, you make the most of it. That's 20,389 potential employers, employees, clients. It's a commercial for their life. And that's why we want their body language upbeat and positive, because the guy's like, man, I love the way that guy carries the game. So it's a wonderful opportunity. I could not thank Coach and him. It'd be impossible to put it in words how much. And I do. I appreciate it. And the reception tonight, and you know, it's kind of neat. Wonder what if it had really got tight down there. It would have been interesting to see.
Is this the first ostrich skin item you've owned?
I grew up on Central Avenue, I guarantee you. And I love where I grew up. I'm very proud of where I grew up. But trust me, yeah, that is he's amazing. That guy, Coach is so giving. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about giving of himself. If I call Coach at 3 this morning and say, Coach, I need to watch this with you right now. He said, come on, let's go. I mean, and I think that bond that's developed among those assistant coaches is something we take tremendous pride in. Plus, the knowledge that you can call somebody that used to be on the staff or you worked with at 6:10 in the morning, they're in their office. So we're all like nuts. Trust me. It's like a fraternity. And I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that. I will get calls tonight from Mick Cronin, Kevin Willard, etc. Trust me. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.